Hello Libra and welcome to the water or the air group. I want to mention that the water group or the shell group gets separated from the other recording because of some internet problems. So if you want to see the other three recordings, they're in a separate video you can also find on my channel. So just check it. So we go ahead now here with the laying for Libra for the water group for August 2021. So the first card you can see here is the child. The child is about new beginnings, new initiatives that are taken, new things that start. And the last card here is the lucky card all over the deck. It's the clovers, it's a protection card. It protects the things that are around it. So we will explain, we start with the child here, the child and the crossroad. So it means maybe you're in a point in your life, you need to make decisions. Maybe this decision is about an education you want to follow because the tower and the book is here. Maybe it's about an education. Maybe it's about a new direction in your life you need to take. Maybe you're a little bit insecure or innocent about this choice because you're placed in front of these choices, but you will need to decide because it's an important decision because the sun is important. Also, if you take this decision, it will be the right one because the sun is an all over positive card. And the last line here, actually, the whole laying is very positive here for the water group. So we continue more with details now. So as I said here, the choices will be new for you. It's also possible if you're a mature person also already that you need to make a decision concerning a child, or the decision is about your child, and the decision is about the study of your child. As I said earlier, the decision can be quite serious, and it has a severe impact on the person, his life. Maybe you need to help him or her for taking a decision. Maybe this child need to make is at the point for making its own decision. Maybe it goes to maturity. That is all possible also. I see here that all parties are quite open-minded about this decision. So whatever the decision here is, it will be very positive, the choice that has been made. So this will all be okay about these choices. So the second line here, we have here, I want to come back here. So all choices here are positive. And also this, if there's a form, if there's some forms of enjoyments now in your life, this will have a very positive effect on you. So if you go on the road somewhere, because this is possible with the crossroads also, if there's a short trip involved, this short trip will have a very positive effect on you. It will be a very good decision. You will enjoy this short trip. Maybe it's the obvious choice. So it's a good decision if you want to take a day off or several days off, and the destination will be the right one. I wanted to add that one also. So we go in the second line here. We have the book, the ring, and the moon. The book and the ring this can be a decision about that need to be made about a relationship. That is the first thing. If you're in a relationship, it could be because the ring is the relationship. It could be a decision about the relationship. Actually, this is sometimes also, it means actually the wedding book. In several countries, we have official documents, marriage documents, a marriage book. So this can be an official marriage document. If this is the case, the feelings from both parties will be very much in touch. They will agree about this, which is mostly the case, but this is a very harmonious relationship. So probably if you have a marriage or if you have a partnership, this partnership is very good for now, but we will go in that later. I want to add here also, this could also be possible that you have to make a choice or a contract or a commitment with some school, because this is an educational institution or an institution that you are connected with, or it can also be a government. Maybe you need to make decisions about school. It's also possible that that you're in relationship with a certain partner that is on with you in a certain education. It doesn't matter what age, but maybe you're in some kind of education together with a person that you like. You're in the same group. And I also see here, maybe here, the book is a secret. So it's possible that this relationship, if you are not married, of course, there is this, if you're still in the stage of getting to know each other, which is possible with the child here, it's possible that this relationship for now is not yet known for the public, because this is the public. It's possible that you, for now, you keep this relationship for certain reasons to both of yourselves. But I must say here, and this is also a secret commitment. You commit to each other, your commitment to each other. Also, you tell each other the truth. You're very truthful to each other. The level also from the both of you is the same. So it means you have similar interest, because the mind is like, it's like-mindedness. So you couple up, but also the level of education is the same and the mind works the same. So it's like the couple is very, they are a very good match, because they are like-minded and they have the same interests or the same fields of interests if they are from a younger age. It's possible that these studies, but that is a little bit further now, that these studies are involved in something that is more on the female side. I cannot exactly say what here, but it's possible that it's more like a female study, maybe more on the female side. There are emotions involved, maybe psychology. There is like a broader aspect. It's not a typical male profession study, if it is. It's more like a female. There's a broader prospect to it here in this case. Can be psychology, something of the mind, like that, the like-minded study. This is part, and also it can be creative study, because the moon is a creativity. That is possible here also with the moon. Then here, what you can have also a little bit here is maybe sometimes it's difficult to meet each other. The relationship might be a little bit serene, maybe because you need to hide something here. But in all, this relationship is very deep. There's a soul togetherness. You feel together, you feel as the same. Also, you are, maybe if it's from art, you are in a creative agreement study. So this is a creative agreement. You also are reliable towards each other. If you are in a relaxing stage with each other, also you relax each other's mind, because sometimes here the ring can be also about, it's like the moon can relax. So there's a common agreement in relaxation here also. So you'll feel good also if you rest together. There are emotional ties, and the emotional ties are quite strict. I'm going to mention this immediately because maybe later on it don't fall into my mind anymore. It's possible that one of both partners is more in the limelight already, because the sun is here and here is the moon. So one of the two persons might be in the limelight already, and that is might possible why the relationship is secret, because if this person is already in the center, or he's a public figure, or he's more on the foreplay, on the foreground, it's possible that this that's why the relationship is still hidden, because if you bring that in the public, it brings some certain certain forms of responsibility, and maybe you're not yet ready in that stage. So maybe a part of the relationship stays hidden for now because one of both partners is more on the foreground. He may a little bit, maybe he's in his field, he is an authority, he's quite famous, and the other party is not so, and maybe both of you together, because it's like-minded, you decide it's not yet the time for going into public. Also, it's possible that the meetings that you have are in secret. You hide your meetings, not for a specific reason, but you hide because you don't want to come out with it, because the book hides. The book hides the relationship and also the meetings. The meetings can take place at night because the moon is night. So it's possible that you meet together in secret at night. So this is possible here also with this relationship. It doesn't mean that the relationship necessarily need to be hidden for some reasons, but you hide it because you feel like it's better to keep it out of the limelight for now. That is possible. Just see if I have everything. Yes, the academic connections, I already said to you that there's an academic connection, both of you. The education also is shared, I already mentioned that. So then we go in the third horizontal line here. We have the key, the tower, and the clovers. The tower can mean an institution. If you are already in your field of work, it's possible that you have a job that relates to an authority. Maybe you work for the government. Maybe you work in the educational system. That is possible also because we saw the book there. You have an agreement with that institution. Also, there's a protection here, a protection on the job here. On this job, there is a protection here. There is also a lot of, in this job, if you are not yet in the job, if you choose for this kind of job, for this kind of education, it will be very successful. If you already have a job, there's a protection on your job because the clovers protect. There's a protection on your job. Maybe it's quite a large organization where you work for, or where you follow this education. It's quite a big school. Maybe it's a famous school where you're going, or it's a famous school in the area where you're going. I want to mention here also, because it falls into my mind now here, it's possible also that this study is related to arts, because the moon is art. That is possible. Also, there is a possibility here in the artistic field. I wanted to mention that also. Where are we here? Here also maybe at some point here, I saw this here already, maybe at some moments there is a distance between you both for certain reasons, but I think this distance you create for a certain reason. Maybe sometimes it leads a little bit to separation, but you know you are there for each other. But here there's the tower and the key can also lead to a little bit of separation. Maybe there's a reason why sometimes you separate from each other for a short while. That's what I'm seeing here also. Sometimes also maybe the both of you together or you both alone can enjoy some moments of rest, because the tower, the moon is rest. Like sometimes you need maybe some moments that you are alone. And it's positive if you stay alone, or if you are alone together as a couple, because it has a positive effect on you. It's like a form of meditation for being alone, maybe for recovering from the work or the things that you are doing. Also, this is a lucky combination if you study, because the luck is here. There's luck on exams or things that you need to achieve. So this is a very good combination for this study. Also, you feel a little bit unburdened. If there is put some authority pressure on you, you take the pressure very easy. You don't experience it really as pressure. So also you can distance yourself. If there is pressure, you can take, because the tower takes distance, you can take distance from this situation, and you can see the picture, big picture, where you are going in the future. What is also possible, I wanted to mention here, because it's possible that you have a friend or an acquaintance that is maybe in hospital, or he's in an institution, or in another case, he's in jail, and you would visit him. You would visit this person, and it will make him very happy if you do so. Maybe for some reason, this person is incarcerated or he's in hospital, because this is what this means also. It's possible here, because this is the key opens the institution. So you're going there, but maybe when you come there, you need to fill in some documents for going there. That's what I'm seeing here. These are documents that need to be filled in. Maybe it's like that. Maybe there's some documents need to be followed up there. Here also, this gives you opportunities. If you're in a job, you will, in your job or in your schooling, you will get a lot of opportunities, because the clovers give opportunities. This brings luck at the job, at the school. This brings luck where you are. It's a protection over those whole things. If you have a conflict with some kind of authority, it will be easily solved, because you have the key and the clovers here. Even if you have a discussion with a teacher or whatever, it will be easy, or with a boss, or even with the highest authority there, it will be easily solved. So you don't need to worry about that. Also in your job, if you have a chance for improving yourself, because the contract is here, if you have a chance for a contract or for improving yourself in a job, this is very positive, because this represents opportunities also. You get some boss or some higher authority will give you the opportunity for. This is a creation card. This is a work card. So maybe you have an opportunity for improvement in your job. I need to mention several things here, because this is a general lane. What is also possible here also, that you have a tax rebate, because some of these, this is the government, and here this could mean also that there is a tax rebate, that you get some advantages from tax. If you have a tax control, it will be in your positive. It will be a positive tax control, or a tax something from tax, and it's positive for you. It's positive for you here. Also, this gives opportunity to grow, and if you have if you're already in a better position in your job, if you're in a good position, this gives you a chance for letting your authority grow. You come in a position that you have the chance for getting more in a higher position. This is also what this means. And also it means, if you're not ready for taking this chance, if you say no, the bosses will not hold it against you. They will not hold it against you, because you have the clovers here. If you think that it's not yet the time for making this decision, if you're not think for some reason it's not yet your time, you don't need to worry to say no, because there is it's protected here, and it will not be a real problem if you would say no to a higher position. Then we have the child, the book, and key here in the vertical line. This represents, I'm gonna tell it here to you both. If you're younger and this study is new, I think you're quite a good student. If you are a couple, I already mentioned this here before, you're on the same level, but you're both quite smart, because the book is here. So this means the study, you're quite good students, both of you. So this can also mean that the IQ is quite good, that the IQ is quite high. If you have a child, a younger child, it could mean that the child is quite smart. If you have a child, it could mean that it's quite smart, and it's easy for the child to study. It's easy for the child to study because the key is here, and the key opens all books. So it's possible that the child is a smart child. It can study easy. It's also a bit possible that if you have a child, that it's not really the talkative type. It's more quiet because the book is here. Maybe it keeps more to himself for now, but it doesn't mean on the longer run that it cannot succeed, because the quiet types can also be smart students, and they can open up when it's the time to open up because the key is here. It's possible that the study has just begun. It's possible that the relationship has just begun. That's what I see here, starting education. That's what it's here about. Then we have the book and the key here, the last two cards. I want to mention this also, but in some cases also I want to mention this combination means card laying. Maybe this combination, this is the key, that this is the book of secrets, and Lenormand, of course, card laying is seen as revealing secrets. So these two cards mean that also. It means actually the answer to a mystery. So it's possible if you study something that the study maybe is a little bit different. As I mentioned, I didn't see that earlier, but it's possible that the study contains secret. I mentioned psychology already before. So it's possible here that the study is not like an everyday field. There's some form of creativity here that you need to use your mind, not only knowledge to learn, but you need to have like an imaginative spirit like that. It's possible that this is connected. In a simple way, it could mean that you lose your keys also, that you lose your keys. If you keep a secret, if you want to keep a secret about this relationship or about the study, the secret is not revealed normally. If you keep it to yourself, that is. So this is also a combination. The education open doors, the key open doors. It's also possible. But because this is higher education, this is actually also permission to study more. If you want to study more, this is the permission for studying more. An authority gives you permission to study more. So if you doubting that you can study more, actually this is a good combination also for studying more because it's granted. It's granted. Then maybe the field of study that you're doing right now, you have an affinity with. It's like some things you know, like by heart, like you feel it. If we take this to another level, if this is not your way, but I mentioned this here, it's possible that that in earlier lives you have done something similar or familiar fields. It's like something because the ring returns. The ring returns the secrets and the study before. So the ring returns it. So it's possible that you have been familiar with this field or this line of work, if not in previous lives, in previous situation. Maybe this field of knowledge, like sometimes you have the feeling it's not totally unknown for you. It's like sometimes you just feel what is the answer. Sometimes you just feel it. The study has also a very positive effect on you, and also it can open a lot of doors for you. The study, or it can open a lot of doors for you if you're still studying. if you're studying of an older age also, if you continue to study, it will bring you to a higher position, but we already saw. Maybe it can also be a study related that later on you will write something about it. I know it's on the long run and it's a monthly, but I see it here. It's here. It's possible also that you do something with writing or something that to do with journalism, not notarial. Fiscality, I mentioned already fiscality. That is also here that you learn about the secrets of fiscality, because there's also some secrets. Good accountants keep secrets, as you know, from the government, and they keep your secrets. So this is also what is possible here. So this points to, if you have an accountant, that you have that you are a smart accountant. If you study accountancy, it means that you have very good knowledge for becoming an accountant. This is what it means also. Maybe at some moments, that what I'm seeing here also, it's possible that for continuing your study, it's a little bit difficult financially for getting around. If you're in a higher form of education, it can be quite expensive, the books, especially if you go for PhD or something like that. Maybe you want to do the PhD in abroad, because the tower is sometimes crossing borders. It's possible so that it's related to abroad. What is also possible that you want to do something in the future that crosses borders. This is possible also. If you continue also later on, maybe now you make commitments for this study, you make arrangements, maybe there's loans involved, but later on this step will give you a lot of freedom. This will give you a lot of freedom if you pursue with this. This also, I want to say this also about the field of knowledge. If you feel you have certain knowledge that is not in the books that you're studying, you will not tell to others that you have this kind of knowledge. This is what it means also. You keep a part of it for yourself. It's possible here that if you need to make debts on the study, it's a little bit like karma. It's karmatic debt, but you don't need to worry. You will be fine because the clovers is here. So you don't need to worry about that. Maybe even because it's all positive here, maybe even others help you to pay for it. Maybe some authority later on will help you to pay for these debts. If you study something and you cannot, and you get approval for some loan or you lend some money, maybe some authority will help you for making these payments. Also, if you pursue this study, things that you don't see clearly yet will become very clear to you as you proceed with the study. It's like your mind will open more as you study. You will discover other points of view. You will discover other points of view, no matter what the study field is that you are pursuing here. The answer is always yes with the key. So this is all very positive here. Then we go in the vertical lines. We have the child, the book, and the key. If your relationship, but I don't see it like that, but I mentioned it anyway. It's if you are in a relationship, sometimes also this means like we need to make a choice in a partnership. That is possible also. Maybe we are, because the ring is here, sometimes Libra can doubt. Libra is doubt, and sometimes for Libra, it's difficult to make decisions. I know that's particular for the sign. I'm not saying that all Libras are like that, but some Libras have decisions in certain fields to make decisions. It's a common knowledge with Libra. And it's possible, maybe you are confronted with a certain relationship and you don't know what to do. You don't know what to decide. But whatever you decide, the answer is yes. So because the key opens the door, whatever you decide, it's a positive answer, whatever you decide. But I think it looks all very positive here. So it would it would be odd if you don't go into it. It's like a decision you need to make for commitment, or you're planning to commit. Maybe it's all a little bit slow because the tower is here. That could be possible also. Or you make a promise to yourself you will one day commit, but maybe you're thinking about the pros and cons of as they say, the cause and effect factor here. Maybe that is what playing in your mind. If you don't know anymore, just take some time on your own, the tower here, for reflecting on it, and I'm sure as Libra is a sign of the mind, you will come to the right and balanced decision here for this relationship. There are a lot of possibilities, a lot of different links are possible in work, in relationship and education, whatever applies here on you. There are a lot of possibilities here, and all the possibilities are actually good. So I can find very few things here that are negative. Actually, I cannot. Then we have the ring and the tower. As I said earlier, there is some distance sometimes possible in the relationship. Maybe it's a chosen decision because the ring decides. Maybe you choose to have some distance. If you are looking for a job in kind of an institution or a big organization, this is positive also, because this is the contract on the organization. This is the actually writing, and the writing comes here in the tower. You can see this is also positive for possible contracts you want to make with certain authorities, certain institutions. Whatever that decision is, if this is a decision for related to your study, it's also positive. It's all positive if you make it here. You will make the right choice because you will take your time to reflect on it, I'm sure. This can also point, I told you already here, there's some smartness here. Sometimes also this can mean like selective study clubs, like for instance, in US, I know there's like I once saw a movie, like it comes in my mind now, like Skulls. So they are like in a protected environment, and they come in there like there's like these people are selected for later on in life for certain groups they function in. It's known that several high-placed people came out of such select environments. They are selected when they're still studying. So this is a possible combination also, because there's some secrets here. This is possible also. It will only apply on select few of you, but this is also possible here, that combination. It's really a connection with authority here. It's like also, what also can mean is the old boys club or the select girls club. This is what it means also, like select clubs, but there is some form of intelligence here, or a lot of experience in the field of work that you do. That is also involved here. Then we come here in the third line. We have the sun, the moon, and the clovers, and this is actually a very beautiful line. This one, this is success all over. Normally the tower is on the long run, so maybe this laying here is more on the long run. It's not for this month alone, because this is a very successful laying and the tower is there. So this is a very good combination. It's actually says that you're on the right path, that your choices are in balance with your personality and your feelings. So this is actually a very good choice. The choices that you make are good. They are creative. It has a higher value. It's really good. This is like the combination of day and night that are in harmony. This is day and night that are in harmony. It's warm. If I go back here. Maybe sometimes also, because I told you here before that maybe sometimes you and the lover, you keep away out of the limelight. This can also mean that some short vacation, because this means a day, but it can mean several days, because this is already day and night and the lucky card is here. This might be a short vacation with the lover that provides you of profound happiness. Like it's like a day and night together, but since the clovers are here, it's possible that's a little bit longer. You take rest together today, so this is all good. If you're in a job, this can also, because the moon is the work also, it's possible if you follow the right path that you get promotion. If you're in the study will be successful. If you do a PhD, a higher study, it will be successful. This is what all this is. You need to follow your instinct because your instinct is right. If you are, because the moon sometimes give fears. I'm just mentioning it, but your fears that you have are ungrounded. You're on the right path. There's no need for fears. The fears are ungrounded. There's no need for that. Pleasant nights also. You will rest. There's some rest here. I think we had it here. This is a very positive combination. Then we go here, the child, the ring and the clovers. I want to mention this also. It's a little bit out of the common, but I'm going to mention it anyway. If you're planning in the future, if you cannot have a child of yourself, and you're longing for a child and you're already in a maturer age, this is a combination for an adoption. So it's possible that you overweigh the possibility for adopting a child. If you do so, the outcome will be very positive. It will be a positive outcome if you thinking about some kind of adoption for a child in the future. I wanted to mention this also. If you have contracts, also read the small print, because this is contract. If you're not aware of the contracts that you need to sign, just contact the right people, because maybe you're innocent in certain fields for contracts. So you can contact like an authority, let you help by an authority. Maybe you know somebody in school, somebody in your neighborhood who can help you for verifying the contract before you actually sign it, because this is like an innocence. And this, excuse me, this is like an innocence on the contract. We have the clovers here, but it will work out. But anyway, it's better to be cautious. Relationship with a child. It can also be a relationship with your child. If you have a child, the relationship with your child is very good. It's very promising. Also, the child has a lot of abilities. I already told you that. Maybe the child is, sometimes you think your child is quite common, but actually it's not so. It's out of the ordinary, but maybe for you it is. The child is a little bit out of the ordinary, but for you it might seem ordinary, because sometimes the ring makes like a little bit ordinary common. We are used to it, we balance it, but it's not necessarily as everybody perceives it. It's also possible that you have a very good relationship with your child, and partly you, in a way, you depend on each other. You depend on each other. It's a lucky relationship. Maybe if your child is smart, you can depend on him for certain things, and you do probably. So this is all the case. Sometimes it's not a matter of age. It's a matter of sometimes from EQ in some cases here. We have these two here. If you're in love, it's again, as I say, my God, this is all love, love, love. You're lucky to be in love. Yeah, I already mentioned these things all, I think, before. Yeah, I cannot add nothing because it's all the same as I mentioned to you before. So, Libra, For the water sign, this is all for this month. This was a very positive reading, I think. I hope you enjoyed my card reading. If you did and you belong to the water group, this is a very nice prediction for you, or a very nice laying for you. I hope you enjoyed my card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so, if you do so, and see you next time. Bye-bye for now.